Okay, record to the clock. Okay, so welcome everybody to our all-in family night for December and our part 4 of our camp holiday series tonight. We are so excited that you are here. We cannot wait to recognize consultants for their November achievements as well. And the training tonight is going to be by moi on 12 days of Christmas. And so I'm super excited to do that. But before we do get started, we are going to open up in prayer. So I have asked Jennifer if she would open us up in prayer.
Of course. All right. Dear Heavenly Father, I just thank you for this time that we get together once a month to not only celebrate everyone's hard work and everything they achieved and accomplished last month, but to also, get some new training for this month and always just continuously be learning. And I just thank you for the opportunity that Mary Kay gives us to meet with our sisters all across the United States whenever we want with technology and just to learn and grow and just better each other together. And so I just pray for Mary tonight as she's sharing with us. I thank you for all her hard work she put into preparing. And I know we're all going to be blessed by what she has to say. So just bless our time this evening, and we love you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Well, and I did also think, since we do have some new faces and new consultants, I thought it would be good for those of us, our sales directors, to just introduce ourselves, because I know some of our faces you have seen and some of our faces that you have not. And so I'll start and then we'll just kind of go down the line there. So my name is Mary Pyatt. I'm a senior sales director. I live in Country Club, Missouri, which is about an hour north of Kansas City. And I've actually been building my business for 17 years as a consultant and I think 11 years as a sales director. And so super excited to be here with you guys tonight. So Maya, can you unmute and share?
Hi, friends. I'm currently sitting in the airport in Baltimore, headed to Nemacolin, Pennsylvania. I have been building my Mary Kay business for 9 years. I live in Olathe, Kansas. My husband, Jordan, and I have 3 children. And so excited to be with you guys, literally from across the nation tonight. So, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to learn from you, Mary, tonight.
All right, Heidi.
Hey girls, I'm Sales Director Heidi Ray. I usually look like this. In case you're wondering. And I've been building my business. I re-signed 4 years ago. I'm Maya's offspring, and I'm so excited. I'm Southern Indiana, Santa Claus area, so that's why I can get along with wearing this all year long if I wanted. But we're so excited to have you on.
Awesome. Jennifer.
I am sales director Jennifer Huff, and I have been building my business for 1.5 years now. And I live in Southwest Missouri, so like the Joplin, Carthage area. And yeah, that's me.
Awesome. I love that we're like, I mean, even on a normal basis, we're all spread out, but we really are spread out tonight. Maya's got us over there. So awesome. Well, we are going to start tonight with recognition to begin. So this is recognition based on your November achievements. And so let me share the screen, and then Heidi is going to kick us off with the first part of our recognition.
Okay, I'm excited because I get to welcome all of our new Mary Kay independent beauty consultants, all of our sister consultants. And let me just say that I'm super proud of those of you that are passing it on. Like Mary Kay Ash asked us to pass it on, because you never know how it might change a woman's life. And for all of our 8 new beauty consultants, I'm so excited for you guys. Make sure you plug into your training. Make sure you connect with your recruiter, because we want you to get everything out of this Mary Kay business that you want. And so we are going to welcome you tonight. And here we go. We have Janelle Cunningham, recruited by Laura Newsom. We have Allie Hines, recruited by Sherry Mason. We have Kayla Jones, recruited by Angela Rogers. We have Kayla Kirkman Gertz, recruited by Emily Smith. We have Jamie Lockmuir, recruited by Sherry Mason. We have Sandy Rimple, recruited by Laura Newsom. We have Crystal Street, recruited by Jennifer Huff, and Rachel Wright, recruited by Maya Hall. Congratulations on starting your new Mary Kay business. We're so part of the pink family.
All right, so I now get to introduce to you the red jackets in our area. And being in your red jacket is something you will hear us probably talk about a lot because we're very passionate about building reds and helping you all grow into this leadership position. And so being a red jacket in Mary Kay is first earned when you have 3 active team members, and it's 3 all the way up to like 10, 12 till you become a director. You're in your red jacket. So there's different layers or different levels of red jackets, and I'll explain those here in just a moment. But when you're in your red jacket, you get lots of extra recognition, starting with tonight. So we'll go ahead and go to the next slide. Sorry, Mary.
That's okay.
The very first red jacket we want to celebrate is a star team builder. So she has 3 to 4 active team members. Vicki Highsmith from the Mary Pyatt unit. Congratulations, Vicki. We're so proud of you. And then we have Kim Klopfer from my unit. So Kim, we're so proud that you are in your red jacket as well. And then our next red jacket is Amy Parnell from the Mary Pyatt unit. And she is also, did she move up? No, star team builder. We're good. Is she? She's at 3
No,
to 4
she's
active.
our team
Sorry.
builder.
Yeah, okay. We're still star team builder. 3 to 4 active. This is the next level of red jacket. This is when you have 5 active team members. You can become a team leader. So you just kind of get another little promotion with your Mary Kay business. And this position is open. So we are looking for our next team leader. The also exciting part about this level is when you're a team leader, you can go on Target to earn your first free car from Mary Kay. That's right. You can earn a free car as a beauty consultant, as a red jacket. And so this position is open. So we're looking to see who our next team leader will be. All right. Sorry. Next level. This position is also open. This is the elite team leader. This is when you go up to 8 team members. And this can happen one of 2 ways. Either you can have 5 personal and one of them is a red jacket. So that means she has 3. Or you could have 8 of your own personal team members as well. And so this is the elite team leader position, which we are looking to see who our next elite team leader is going to be. All right, then we have 2 women tonight that we get to congratulate, which we're super excited for. The first is Sherry Mason. Not only is she on target in month 3 to finish her Mary Kay card, so she's working to finish that this month. She's also a brand new director in qualification. And this means she has 10 personal team members, and she is working to become a director and grow her team of 10 to 30. And that can be accomplished in 1, 2, 3, or 4 months. And so that's what she's working on right now, as well as finishing up her card this month. And so shout out to Sherry for moving into this big leadership position. We are so excited for you to join our director sisterhood here in just a few months. All right, and so we do have one other woman who's a red jacket, also a director in qualification, is Laura Newson. Laura also submitted DIQ this month. She's also on target for month 3 of earning her free Mary Kay card and working to become a director and that leader in our company as well. So Sherry and Laura, we are so excited for both of you and cannot wait to see you continue to grow and blossom in the weeks and months to come. All right, so the last thing I want to share real quick about being a red jacket. Well, let me share a couple things. First is this slide. So we get to do a special Red Hot Coffee Club call every month with just our red jackets. So this is a special invite when you are in your red jacket, any of those levels from 3 to 10 plus team members with us 4 directors. And so this is a time where you get to learn, where you get to have more in-depth training. So specifically, like what's applicable to you as you're working your business while being a leader as well. And so our next Red Hot Coffee Club is December 18th. So we have about 12 days from today. And I believe any of you can be in your red jackets by then. I know some of you are working to grow your team. That's 3 people who would love to join your Mary Kay family, love to join you and be your first 1, 2, or 3 team members, or wherever you're at, or maybe you're getting back into your red. And another perk I do want to say about becoming a red jacket in the month of December, this is the final month. If you become a brand new red jacket for the first time, you do get a $100 cash bonus from the company when you move into red for the very first time. And so this is the final month that the company is offering this promotion. It's also, as far as we know, the final month to join and become a Mary Kay consultant for $30. There's a lot of excitement happening. So if you are working towards that, of course, I know you're working with your director. If you'd like to ask questions, that's what we're here for, because we would love to help you get a promotion, get some, extra income for your family, and grow your Mary Kay business in the form of team building. So There's our Reds.
Woohoo! All right. Well, I get to do the next recognition for us, which is our Court of Sharing. So this is, and especially in December, this is one of the 2 courts that Mary Kay recognizes on the seminar stage in Dallas at our annual seminar. And we are so excited to be able to be back in person this coming July or August. And so be watching for all the details for that. But this is one of 2 courts that Mary Kay recognizes, and you get to get all dolled up. You get to walk across the seminar stage. You get the fantastic recognition, and you get to pick up one of these gorgeous jewelry pieces. So the diamond bumblebee that you wear on your lapel, or a charm that goes on a bracelet instead, if you would like to do that. The Court of Sharing is based on the qualified recruits that you add to your team during the seminar year. So from July 1st through June 30th. And this does include even some of the double credit contests that Mary Kay runs throughout the year to count towards that. And this is the one thing, you guys, Mary Kay always asked us to pass it on. It was about sharing this opportunity with other women. And especially this time of year when, people are thinking about changes, always around the holidays, I think people think about changes. And as we go into the new year, they're thinking different thoughts. That this is a prime time to be able to share about the Mary Kay opportunity during the month of December. So we're going to recognize those consultants that have added women to their team, and then our top 5 in the Court of Sharing.
Yeah, but it's got
Those that have added at least one woman to their team is Vicki Highsmith, Patty Kennedy, Cynthia McCallan, Riley Newson, Taylor Olson, Angela Rogers, Kendall Short, and Emily Smith. Woohoo! And then now to our top 5. And our top 5 are ranked by the commissions earned. That's how Mary Kay does it for the National Court of Sharing. And so that's how we are recognizing as well. And I should also say that there is the Princess Court of Sharing that the Mary Kay National Area, which we are a part of, also recognizes at seminar that is 12 qualified. So the National Court is 24, the Princess Court is 12. So our top 5 in the Court of Sharing, number 5, with 1 new and 2 Great Start qualified, is Holly Dodson. Number 4, with 1 new and 2 Great Start qualified, is Kate Mitchell. Woohoo! Number 3, with 4 new and 3 Great Start qualified, is Kim Klopper. I can never say that right. So sorry, Kim. Number 2, with 6 new, 4 Great Start qualified, and new director in qualification on target month 3 for her car, is Laura Newson. And number 1, also on target month 3 for her car, also brand new director in qualification with 10 new, 6 Great Start qualified, is Sherry Mason. Woohoo! Congratulations, ladies. We're so excited for you guys.
Okay, next we have the Powered by Pink Achievers, and this is for the necklace that was earned back in November. Beautiful. And guys, this jewelry is designed specifically for Mary Kay consultants and Mary Kay design, that we can have our own designer jewelry. I just love it. And so this next month, I would encourage everybody to stretch to finish your Powered by Pink Achiever, because when you go in person to seminar, everybody wears their Mary Kay jewelry and they show it off, and we know what they did to earn it. So it's 600 wholesale, but that's also 1,200 selling, 1,200 retail in 1 month. And this, what better month than the month of Christmas to earn this for yourself, your little present under the tree. And so congratulations to all of our Powered by Pink Achievers. We have Grace Anderson, Marky Burton, Jody Chance, Lisa Clark, Angie Daughtery, Sally Ellis, Amy England, Katrina Hanlon, Patty Kennedy, Kim Muffler, Robin Lechner, Jamie Lockmuller, Sherry Mason, Claudia Mia Edwards, Laura Newsom, Sandra Nowicki. Also, we have Taylor Olson and Tiffany Reed, Angela Rogers, Heather Scott, Emily Smith, and Crystal Street. Beautiful, beautiful. And we also have the 6-month consistency. So when you earn your jewelry, 600 wholesale for the first 6 months from July to December, you're going to get those beautiful drop, they're like ball, they look like the crystal ball that drops on New Year's Eve earrings. So so keep going, and then if you've earned 12 months, you're going to get the matching bracelet that you see pictured. So congratulations, you guys, way to go. Oh, yes. And this month in December, are those not gorgeous? Those beautiful pink crystal drop earrings. So that's what you'll be earning, that little gift under the tree for yourself this season. Yay!
Ooh.
Woohoo! Awesome. So now I get to share with you who our women are that are on target to be star consultants, those who have maybe already finished a level and still have time to bump up another level in our star consultant quarter. And so we have 4 different quarters in Mary Kay, and they kind of have a little bit of a different time frame. They go from like the middle of the month to the middle of the month. So right now we are in star consultant quarter 2, and it runs from September 16th to December 15th. So we have 9 more days left in this star consultant quarter, and you become a star consultant when you achieve $1,800 wholesale. Like, it's accumulated, it doesn't have to all be at once, a wholesale accumulated over the course of those 3 months. And so I love how Mary Kay sets it up to where if you are tracking your Powered by Pink jewelry and you hit that every single month, you will be a star consultant every single quarter, because 600 times 3 is 1,800. So anyway, so you become a star consultant when you accumulate 1,800 wholesale orders to the company. And then you also can bump up a level, about every 600 or 1,200 as it gets even higher. But Mary Kay also gifts us with some star consultant credit, which is doubled right now. And so you also can bump yourself up once you are a star. Once you are a star, you get a $600 star consultant credit when you have a qualified team member join your team. And that's when they come in or reach $600 wholesale themselves. You get a credit and get a be bumped up for that, which is actually double right now in the month of December. And so up until December 15th, which is really exciting. So we have some women to celebrate tonight who were on target to finish their star consultant status by December 15th. So we want to recognize those women right now. And these women are on target with at least 1,200 wholesale in. We have Kim Klopper, Tiffany Reed, Tanya Lechner, Robin Linkenauer, and Sherry Alatasi are all on target to finish their star by December 15th. This is really exciting. And then these women are on target with at least 1,500 wholesale. So they have less than 300 wholesale to go. We have Taylor Olson, Katrina Hamlin, and Sarah Wally. Congratulations, ladies. Now, like I said, we have some women to congratulate who have already achieved some of these levels. At the Sapphire level, we have Jody Chance, Trish Dillingham, Lisa Flagel, Jamie Lockmuller, Angela Rogers, Heather Scott, and Emily Smith. And then at the Ruby level, we have Claudia Mija Edwards and Patty Kennedy. Now we have a couple more levels I get to tell you about. We have the Diamond level, which is Lisa Clark, Sally Ellis, and Amy England. And that is at least 3,000 wholesale. And then Ruby was 2,400. Emerald is 3,600 wholesale, and this position is open, though I know it's going to be filled because I know someone in my unit just hit Emerald today. So we'll have that to announce in our monthly video next month. But there's other women I know are going to get Emerald too, so that will be filled. And then the Pearl level is at least 4,800 in wholesale or credit from the company. And we have Angie Daughtry, Sherry Mason, and Laura Newson to congratulate at the Pearl level. Way to go, ladies. This is so, so exciting. And so if you're wondering, okay, kind of what does it look like to be a star consultant? This is a good breakdown for you as far as like a goal of what to sell each week to achieve your star consultant status. So at the Sapphire level, would be 300 retail a week, which would be 150 wholesale, and so on and so forth. So it goes up each level, 400, 500, 600, 800 retail. And at the end of the star consultant quarter, or actually they changed it. You can pick out prices anytime now. Once you hit 1,800 and you're a star, there's a whole website dedicated to star consultant prices. You can go on there. You can pick out what prices you want. There's some amazing prizes ranging from jewelry to electronics to toys for your kids to trips to all sorts of wonderful things. And so if you haven't been on that website, you can find it on your InTouch account and just search in this toolbar like Star Consultant and you'll be able to find it.
Awesome. All right. Our next level of recognition is our Court of Sales. So this is the second seminar court that is recognized by Mary Kay Corporate, both at the national level and at the Princess level. So the National Court of Sales is when a consultant achieves 40,000 retail in the seminar year. So again, from July 1st through June 5th or June 30th. For our seminar year, 40,000 retail, which means you've ordered at least 20,000 wholesale, or the equivalent with, of course, double credit contest that Mary Kay does. The Princess Court level is 20,000 retail or 10,000 wholesale. And so this again is when you get recognition, you get to go across stage and you get to pick your choice of one of these two gorgeous rings. So I would love to know, like in the chat, which of these rings would you love to have on your finger? Would you love to have the top one that you see is the Rain Rose ring. So I always just call it the rose ring because that's a little bit easier to say than Rain Rose ring. Or you also have the Regal Ivy ring, or you can pick $500 cash. So which ring or cash would you pick when you finish the National Court of Sales? Put that in the chat for us. And so we are going to recognize our top 10 consultants that are on target for the National Court of Sales. And the thing I also love about this is Jennifer just talked, well, Heidi and Jennifer, Heidi talked about the $600 each month to earn the Powered by Pink jewelry, which leads you to become a star consultant when you order $600 every single month, which then when you continue to do that, plus a little bit extra, that leads you to be on a target for the National Court of Sales. So our top 10 consultants, number 10 with $10,530 is Angela Rogers. Number 9 with $11,047 is Emily Smith. Woohoo! Number 8 with $11,367 is Taylor Olson. Woohoo! Number 7 with $12,986 is Katrina Hanlon. Woohoo! I need my like pom-poms and my little clapper things. Number 6 with $14,131 is Sally Ellis. All right, our top 5. Number 5 with $14,328 is Amy England. Number 4 with $14,550 is Laura Newson. Number 3 with $15,167 is Lisa Clark. And then our top 2 have both already completed the Princess Court of Sales. So they have already earned that recognition from the Mary Kay National Area. They will already receive prizes and stage recognition at seminar next year. And they are completely on target, ahead of being on target actually, to finish the National Court of Sales by June 30th. So number 2, Sherry Mason with $22,265. And then our queen for the Court of Sales for the month of November is Angie Daughtry with $24,316. Woohoo! Congratulations, ladies. Okay, so that brings us to the end of our recognition. And so now we get to go to the nitty gritty. That's what I was trying to say. Nitty gritty, nuts and bolts kind of training for you guys. So I'm going to change this so I can see everybody because I want to be able to see you guys. Okay. I am getting to train you guys tonight on a little bit on 12 days of Christmas, but I kind of want us to think a new thought. Okay. So today is December 6th. All right. We have 19 days until Christmas. 19 days. Okay. So I want you to think a thought right now. All right. Imagine if between starting tomorrow, I'll give you the rest of the night off. So starting tomorrow through Christmas, okay, those 19 days. Imagine if you sold $20 per day between now and Christmas. That would give you $380 retail or a profit of $190. So, I mean, could you find something to use the $190 profit on between now and Christmas? I'm sure that you could. And put that in the chats. Like what would you use your profits for sales between now and Christmas? What would you like to use those profits on? Do you need to buy Christmas gifts? Do you need to pay bills? Do you need to save? What would you like to use that on? So let's take that up a notch. And let's say we sold $50 a day for the next 19 days. That would be $950 retail, or a profit of $475. All right, who could get excited about $475 between now and Christmas? All right, let's go to $100 a day for the next 19 days. That's $1,900 retail. That's a profit of $950. Let's take that to $200. $200 for 19 days is $3,800 retail, a profit of $1,900. Talk about a Merry Christmas to you if you had $1,900, right? So I want you to think this thought, that there is still time to work on Christmas sales. I don't know if you ever have that thought, like, this kind of gets that rap for being a little bit crazy, a little bit hectic, and a little overwhelming. And so for us to think the thought that even with all of the holiday celebrations that you have going on, even if you have multiple ones, there is still time to work your business during the month of December. Okay. And here's one thing that I would encourage you to do if you haven't done it already and you're planning for December, is if you find yourself in that thought process of December is crazy busy, December is overwhelming, I'm not sure how I can do this, take out a calendar. Okay, you can print a plain December calendar off of the internet if you need to, just Google it, print it out. And there is something so powerful about being able to map out everything that you have going on in the month. Okay, so I am an electronic calendar girl. Okay, like all of my appointments on Google are on Google Calendar, but every single month I print out a calendar and I put things on it because it is so powerful to be able to see everything on paper so that you truly can see when you can work among the other things. All right. So even if you've got holiday parties every single weekend between now and Christmas, you can still have Christmas sales. All right. There is still time to be able to work Christmas sales. All right. So I encourage you just to pick 1 to 2 ideas that you can truly max out during these next 19 days. Okay. You don't need to do everything, but you do need to do something. Okay, so pick a couple ideas that work best for you. There is still time to do a holiday open house. Heidi trained on that. You can still put one of those together, whether it's in person or virtual. You can do holiday stop and shops where you just, maybe you take some of your best-selling Christmas gifts and put them in a basket or put in your trunk and go to your customers' work. You can put it all in a basket and have like a temptation basket that has gift ideas. You can still do videos in your customer groups promoting Christmas products and Christmas sales. You can still do facials. You can still hold parties. You can do all of those things still in the month of December. And another one of those ideas that I want to share with you is the 12 days of Christmas. Okay, so if you guys have kind of heard about 12 days of Christmas in any form or fashion, will you guys like wave or put that in the comments if that is something that you guys are familiar with at all? Just so I kind of know a little bit there. Okay. So when I think of the 12 days of Christmas, I actually think of two different versions of this. Okay. So the first, and probably in a way, the most simplest version of 12 days of Christmas is in regards to 12 consecutive days of posting or talking about offering some sort of promotion, maybe even a sale. It doesn't even have to be a sale. You can just promote products, just marketing products for 12 consecutive days. Okay. So this is something that I did last year. And last year I did it actually between Pink Weekend. So I started it the weekend after Thanksgiving and I continued it all the way, 12 days after that. So Pink Weekend was kind of my kickoff for that. You can do 12 days of Christmas whenever you want to. You can start this tomorrow. Okay, you can start it tomorrow and it would run through December 18th. You can do it 12 days leading up to Christmas. So start on the 13th and go through the 24th. You can do it whenever works for you. And it's really just fun because it's still all about Christmas. And so with these, I actually have in the Google Drive, like our little hub for Camp Holiday, I actually have like 3 different folder options of images for 12 Days of Christmas. Okay. So let me see if I can pull up one of these to be able to show you. Okay. So this is our Camp Holiday folder that you guys, your director can give you access to this so you can see it. But we put this together specifically for you guys. So 12 Days of Christmas images, there are 3 different options for you here. So some of them are not labeled the best, but I did it in a hurry to make sure I at least got them into the folder. But you can see counting down the 12 Days of Christmas with Mary Kay. And so on the first day, Satin Hands Pampering Set is only $30. So a $22 savings. So these continue through that. Some have percentage off, some have dollars off. I also included in here even just some blank images that just say on the first day of Christmas. So you can make whatever you want in there. That way, if you don't want to offer a discount, you don't have to. You can just promote the product. When I did this last year, I did not offer any sale whatsoever. I just talked about the product. And one of the things that I think made a big difference with that is I actually went live in my customer group every day for those 12 days to share about the product. So I would talk about the product. I would explain how the product worked, what the benefits of it were, who the product was for. Like if you're thinking of a Christmas gift, this is the person who this would be a great gift for. And then I would even show an option of how to wrap it. Now, I didn't have 12 of each thing wrapped. I just had one so somebody could see how that was wrapped. And that was a huge difference in my holiday sales last year because number one, I think my customers seeing me and seeing me talk about the product made a huge difference. But then I was starting to help them visualize who the product was for, helping them think of those ideas. So whether you do it as lives or you do it as posting, it's a great way to be consistent in your group, to keep in front of your customers and to be able to promote the product. Again, whether you offer a deal or a discount or not. Okay, so all of those are already in there. Again, there's blank templates in there as well so that you can create your own as well. The other thing that I think of when I think of 12 Days of Christmas is kind of a 12 Days of Christmas, like actual gift. Okay, like a big bundle. So I tried to put this together as one big tower, and because these boxes are empty, it kept on falling over. But you kind of can get the idea, is that all of those gift boxes that Mary Kay has for us, you can put gifts, like one gift every day in one of these boxes. And I just have a little ribbon on it for now, but I would wrap this with a big ribbon and a big bow. And this could be a gift that somebody opens, one gift, just like our 12 Days of Faves. Like that's another great option for 12 Days of Christmas. But you could do this to customize it specifically for that person. Okay, so this can be a gift specifically for them based on their wants, their needs, what their wish list is, what you know that they would like. And each gift can be something different as well. So with that, you can kind of think about, this is really where it kind of comes into play as far as reaching out to the husbands, the significant others of your customers, even the moms, the sisters, anybody that would be buying Christmas gifts. And here's an interesting stat for you guys. Okay, on average, Americans spend $123 on their spouses for Christmas. $123. So imagine if that $123 was with you in your Mary Kay business and what a difference that could make for you. Okay. And to think about, I don't know if you've ever been in a store when the husbands try to do shopping for their significant others and you see them and you just feel really bad for them and you just want to help them like all the time. So think about, not only are you helping support your business, but think about how much more appreciative the wife, the daughter, the sister will be when she receives a gift that is customized for her, that is tailored to what her desires are. If she's a skincare gal, it can have more skincare. If she's makeup, it can have more makeup. It can even include gift cards. It could throw in a Starbucks gift card on one of the days, throw in a candle, throw in Mary Kay gift card, like whatever. But to have that customized gift and to feel so special to be able to open a gift 12 days leading up to Christmas, or this is honestly, you guys, a gift that you could work with these people all the way up until Christmas, because they can open a gift every hour on Christmas Day, and how exciting, like if I got to do that, like I've never gotten to do that in my life. And I think that would be the coolest thing ever to open a gift every single hour on Christmas Day. Like that would be awesome, right? And so the thing with this is there is actually a script also in that Camp Holiday folder. There is a document from Mary Kay that is called Holiday Selling and Team Building Guide. And in that is a script for reaching out to, again, husbands, moms, sisters, anybody as far as creating kind of a customized gift like this. When you're talking to men, especially with this is where you just ask the question, how much do you want to spend? What is your budget for the gift for your wife? They don't care what is in it. You do not have to give them any more detail besides that, except to say, okay, your budget is $200. Awesome. I will completely customize it. I will wrap it. Do you want anything outside of Mary Kay included? Like other gifts? Okay, awesome. They can get those, bring them to you. You can do it. You can go shop for those things yourself if you want to. But to have that all done, like the husband is going to be so ecstatic because you are going to make him look so freaking good, to be able to have that gift. And I am not one that can wrap. Like I literally had to watch the videos that Maya's mother-in-law did on how to tie a bow in order to be able to learn how to tie a bow. Like I am the person, I legit have a box over here that has the like stick-on bows that you can buy like in the bag, because I just don't do bows. But using these gift boxes that Mary Kay has for us makes it so easy. You put some shred in there, stack up the boxes, tie a ribbon around it, and you're good to go. Like it makes it so easy, but it is so impactful with that. So with that, again, think about who are your best customers. Who are even customers of yours that maybe that they haven't gotten to buy all of the things that they want to buy. Like they have not spent money on themselves to buy those things, but perhaps their husband would buy that for them, or their mom would buy that for them. So take some time to look through your customer list to see who you could reach out to help with those Christmas gifts, okay? Another thing that I kind of wanted to touch base on a little bit, because again, we're kind of, as we are coming down to Christmas, we're kind of trying some different things. So again, just take one or two of these ideas or things that we've talked about before. You don't have to do everything, but we also have talked about selling to businesses. And this is one of the things, guys, that like Jennifer and I talked about this today. Like I am not the type of person that would go randomly into some corporate office building and be like, hey, do you want to buy some Mary Kay presents for your employees? Like that's not my comfort level. But there are lots of businesses that I do business with. There are like, I go into my bank all the time. So I know the people at my bank. I could approach the people, not the bank teller, but like I know one of the, like, what are they called? Like customer service reps. I could talk to her to see if she could put me in touch with somebody else because I have a relationship with them. I do business there. Your local businesses, do you always go and sit at a local coffee shop to work, or do you go to a local coffee shop all the time? Like boutiques, like if there is a local boutique that you go by for, if they've got employees, they need to do some Christmas shopping, or maybe they've already taken care of their employees, but they still need some Christmas shopping done. Okay. So who are the businesses that you have a relationship with? This business has always been a relationship business. So it's not about just going out randomly to different businesses, but who are the ones that you work with? Even like mechanics, like if you have to get your car worked on, and you're familiar, like you always go to that mechanic shop, go to them. They know you support their business. see if they can support yours as well. Okay. I also know there's been great success with maybe your spouse or your significant other's place of employment. There is a gal I know that is in our Tupin sister sales director, Katie Von Tagren's unit. She sold 45 of the 12 days of Christmas, like the 12 days of faves gift boxes, because she went to her husband's employer, like to his boss, and asked, and he's like, yeah, sure I will, but we're doing our Christmas party with this other business as well. So if we're going to do it, we need to see if they'll do it. So she had 2 businesses buy the 12 days of faves for their employees to give away at this Christmas party. Okay. So think about any of the businesses that you do business with or that you have a relationship with. Those are the ones that you can go to. And with those kind of gifts, that is where you do keep it a little bit more simple, because you want them to kind of have some options that are easy to decide between. So you wouldn't want to go to them and be like, okay, well, I can customize whatever you'd like, because they need to keep it simple. So I would go in with a couple different price ranges of gift options. So maybe like a satin hand set wrapped up nice. Maybe add to the satin hands like the hand soap and the hand sanitizer to make it a little bit more, or the mint bliss and the socks, those kind of more generic kind of gifts that are broad appealing would be great kind of gifts for those situations. The other thought is teacher gifts. Okay. Like I was watching a little segment on the news this morning. I know we have some teachers on here that if you are a teacher or teachers or teachers, that they are stressed, that they are like at their wits' end. Like one of the segments had said that they're already feeling the exhaustion that they would feel in March coming to the end of the school year. They're already feeling that now. So who do you know, like who needs to buy teachers gifts? Like, do you need teachers gifts for your kids' teachers? What other parents do you know that need to buy gifts for their teachers? I know Maya had talked, I don't remember if she shared it on here, but she's going to be doing another like mini holiday open house, like right before school gets out for Christmas break, for people to come and shop specifically kind of with that thought process of teachers gifts. Okay. There was one year that I actually got with all of the parents of my son's class. This was when he was in elementary school. And we actually did a 12 days of Christmas for the teacher. So when I took it in, it was a basket, and there was, 12 individually wrapped gifts. And she was able to unwrap a gift every day for the 12 days before they got out for Christmas break. So that was kind of a fun little idea as well. And even now, like she could do 2 gifts. I don't know when everybody gets out of school, but she could do 2 gifts a day if the time frame is a little bit shorter. So kind of as final thoughts, and then I'll open up for questions if you guys have anything, is just who do you know? Like, who do you know? Like, people are still shopping for Christmas. Another stat I found said that more than 60% of people buy their gifts a week before Christmas. 60%. Okay. Like I really truly do not know a single person that is completely done with their Christmas shopping. And so people are still shopping. So who do you know that is still shopping? And what if everyone in your circle of influence, okay, everybody within your circle of influence, even if they just bought one gift from you, as you're talking to people like, hey, have you finished your Christmas shopping? Well, who do you need to shop for? And offer some ideas and suggestions. Maybe they haven't even thought that they could buy a gift from you, but you can put that thought into their mind. And just to think about what that would lead to, not only in your retail sales, but about future customers. Because if those people that they're buying gifts for are not your customers, think about all of the potential for new customers that you have. Okay. Talking about customers, don't forget about your current customers. All right. Continue to work with your current customers. Continue to do facials, continue to do parties, continue to do live videos in your customer group. Because here's another stat for you. 51% of Christmas shoppers buy gifts for themselves. Okay. So even if they're not buying gifts for somebody else, they're going to buy something for themselves. Okay. I legit just went into Bath and Body Works and bought candles, and they are going to be wrapped underneath of the tree as my gift. Well, my husband's gift to me. Okay. So we buy for ourselves. Okay. And then also don't forget about booking appointments. I mean, again, like we talked about, still continue to do facials, still continue to do parties, but even think the thought about doing appointments after Christmas. So even that week between Christmas and New Year's is a great week to do appointments, because maybe you have a customer who does have family in town, and maybe they want something fun to do. So why not do a fun little Mary Kay get together? Even if it's just a, hey, let me bring over some lipsticks and we try it, or so, it can look different ways, but they're looking for something to do. They need things to entertain each other when they have family in town. And then even to book into January, people will be looking for new looks, new year, new you, all kinds of things. So continue to book between Christmas and New Year's, and then of course after the first of the year. And then, like we talked about at the beginning, with Mary Kay, with the Court of Sharing, is now is still a perfect time to be able to share about the Mary Kay opportunity as well. Because again, as people are spending money, they're thinking about money. They're thinking if they need money. They're thinking if they had a little bit more money. They're thinking about when their credit card bills are going to come due after they put their Christmas on the credit card and they need a way to pay for it. So to be able to offer this opportunity to women as kind of, a way to help them with finances, but also to think, again, it's a new start for a new year as well. So hopefully that kind of got some wheels turning, just as far as still activity to be doing between now and Christmas, and to continue that into the new year. So does anybody have like questions or comments or anything like that? Did any of those stats surprise anybody else?
Yeah, I mean, and I put it in the chat too, but that 60% of people are still buying like the week before Christmas. Like,
Mhm.
if that doesn't get you all excited about like having products on hand, ready to gift wrap, still reaching out to people. Of course,
Yeah.
we're not saying just focus on Mary Kay and like disregard family. Like, we want you to enjoy your time with your family, still do all your Christmas stuff, but also still be thinking like, I could be making extra money this holiday season. Mary just gave us a ton of ideas. So thank you,
Right.
Mary. I loved it.
Mary, I know that last year, that was the first year that you earned your National Court of Sales.
Mhm.
And I believe that it probably started through the Christmas season, because I remember your 12 Days of Christmas was such a hit. Um, is there something that you remember, like, okay, when you did the 12 Days of Christmas, that you sold a lot more? Was there, I mean, I know you may not have all the numbers, but I mean, when you actually did that, and you did videos and all sorts of stuff, it was
Mhm.
amazing.
It was
Could you
actually, I
shed some light?
yeah, I kind of looked back at that because last year, to be totally honest and transparent, last year I was incredibly on the ball with holiday season. Like I had a plan in October. Like I literally held, which of course last year we did a lot of virtual things, but I literally held my first virtual open house at the end of October last year. Like I was on it. This year, not so much. But so I did go back and look at those things because, well, two thoughts. Number one, if there have been things that you have heard this year that you're just like, oh man, like I didn't have time to implement that, keep note of that. I have literally went into my Google Calendar like in October and have made like an all-day event that has notes so that I will see it to be able to start thinking that thought. Then I'm not trying to carry it on a brain dump or a to-do list like for a whole year, but it's on my calendar because I think I know we have a lot of new consultants on as well. So I think that, especially when you're a newer consultant, there's a lot of this that is like, what am I supposed to do? Like there's just so much to process. So as you've went through this or you've heard things, again, keep track of that, make note of that so that you can start earlier next year to figure out what you want to do. Okay.
Mhm.
But I will say, I think the biggest aspect of it, like if I went back, I never went back and looked like, okay, I did this video on this day and this was my sales. But I think the biggest thing about it was the consistency in doing things to keep me in front of people. And I think that's the power of like the 12 days of 12 days of Christmas, whether you post an image or you go live, is I just think that that consistency, I do personally think that going live does create just that much more, and people want to see you. Like, even if it's not, like, it does not have to be perfect. It does not have to be anything like outrageous, but just you sharing the product, who it can benefit, what it entails. People want to see that. Like, they like to put a face to, to the whole concept. Like, as I was researching some of these numbers, a lot of them talked about people while online stuff has still gotten higher, people still like to go into brick and mortar stores. And a lot of it was because they want that connection. So even though we don't have a brick and mortar store, we can still have that connection even virtually, because they know that there is a real person behind that. They know that there's, like, it's real, So I think that was the thing that made the most difference, was just that consistency in that 12 days and in that posting, that it kept things in front of them. Because if you post just once and then you don't post again, like, it gets lost in the shuffle. But the more consistent you are with it, it just keeps you in front of your people.
Awesome.
So,
Very good.
and Maya did have a good point in the chat. You guys remember that if you do need to order product in order to guarantee that it is here before Christmas, that deadline is Friday. Okay. So there is also, and I think we can find it, because that, I think, is the deadline for you to order it from Mary Kay to ship it like to you. I think there's another list of deadlines for the CDS, like if you're shipping it straight to your customer. So we can find that and share that as well. But as kind of a general rule, if you're needing to order, you need to order it by Friday. So, all right, any other comments or questions? Maya's
There's
on
also Maya's on the airplane. There's also the promotion for the primer and the setting spray going on right now, the discount on that. So if you want to say something on that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you kind of.
Okay, on it. Well, just like last month, how they had the 12 days of babes discounted for us, 55% off. I mean, 5% doesn't sound like a lot, but it really is a big deal, and it really is a good gift for us as consultants. And so right now, the primer, our foundation primer and our setting spray is 55% off. So that's an extra, $2 to $3 profit per item sold that you can buy from Mary Kay. And the limit is 13. You don't have to buy them together. They can be purchased separately. Like, I maxed out my primer and did like half the spray because I sell a lot of foundation primer. But you can like get it as a discount, and it still counts as the full retail credit. So as you're working towards that National or Princess Cordish sales, like, it still counts as the full retail credit. You just don't have to pay as much for it, and you make more money when you sell it. And so that deadline, they actually made it our Star Consultant deadline. So 13th, sorry, it's the 13th, not the 15th. It's the 13th. You have to the 13th to order and get that at a discount.
Yes. And that is so awesome, you guys. When the company does that, like, they do not have to do that at all. So the fact that think about that, like, they're giving away, some of what the company itself like makes truly, and giving that back to us. I just think that is so awesome that the company does that. So when they do, if that is a product that, like Jennifer said, that you sell, even between again, all of our products have a shelf life of 3 years, but if in the next 6 months you're going to sell through those, go ahead and order it now when you get to pay less for it. So super smart. All right, any other comments or questions or anything like that? And we will make sure also, you guys, that we'll share again with all of our units the link to that Google folder that has all of those kind of things. And we also have started to create another like resources kind of folder in there, that as we share things on training calls and all of that, we have a like one-stop shop for everybody to grab those things as well. So, and then also typically after this, we do the leadership call that Maya kind of goes through the career path, and that's open for you and anybody that you would like to listen to that one. Obviously, because of, technical difficulties, scheduling, that sort of thing, that leadership call is postponed to next week. Okay, so next Monday night at 8:00. Is that right, Jennifer?
I don't know the time yet because we have our like new consultant training and our regular unit meeting. So
Okay.
she apologizes. And I just posted it in our unit group. I know she did too for her group, but she
Okay.
like had it recorded ready to go, and her laptop is like it's dying on her. Like she pulls up any videos and it's just her screen is green, or she'll record it and her computer screen is like Christmas green. So
Oh, goodness.
yeah, technical difficulties.
Okay. So that'll be postponed to next week. We'll give you all the details on that as well. So awesome, you guys. Well, thank you so much for hopping on here with us. Our next All-In Family Night is going to be Monday, January 3rd. And then I also do want to make sure that you guys all know about the Ignite 2022 event as well. That is January 7th and 8th. The 8th is the main day for consultants. This is an event that is 100% virtual and 100% free for you guys to attend. So each sales director has registered, which qualifies everybody in the consultant as in their unit to attend. So the 7th is for directors only, the 8th. So January 8th is for consultants. There is a Facebook group that you can join for that. So if you need details on that, let your director know. The date, Jennifer is like helping me. She's giving me all the notes on this. 10:30 to 4:30 is the time frame. And here's the awesome part, you guys. When we register, we donate Amazon gift cards. And so they are giving away, I think the highest that I saw was like $20,000 or $22,000 in Amazon gift cards that they had. Like, hello. So they are already starting to give those away. So there'll be different drawings all the way leading up to that. So you might get a $20 Amazon gift card or a $50 Amazon gift card. So make sure that you're in that group now to start being eligible to win those gift cards as well. All right. Okay. So we will see you again next time on Monday, January 3rd for the next All-In Family Night. So have a great night, you guys. Thanks for hopping on.